If you can hear me, I'll share a little bit, and then you can take over as well. Up on the board here, you can see what they call the basement of the basilica. It's actually the cryptoporticus is the more technical term, and you can see the entire length of it on the drawing. And you also have some pictures of the graffiti. Unfortunately, we are not here with one of the archaeologists. It's a Sunday. Typically, usually Levent Oral, the owner of Tutku, will contract and connect with the archaeologist or one of his workers to open up that area. But that area is under lock and key naturally because you don't want people coming in and destroying things. But you can see ships. This is a major port on the Aegean Sea, so you see many ships in the graffiti. You'll also see things that are of interest to the city people. You see gladiators depicted in the graffiti. You also see birds and animals, lions. You have lots of writing, okay, which is difficult to discern also because just like your handwriting is difficult to interpret, so also ancient Greek language, the lousy handwriting is difficult to interpret. You also see some, how shall I say, sexual innuendo, kind of like graffiti that you might find on bathroom stalls. I haven't checked in here, but that stuff is present there as well. And then I also shared with you Christian graffiti and what is considered to be the earliest Christian graffiti that can be found anywhere in the world. And one of the more prominent pieces of graffiti is just a portion of the statement, the one who has given the Spirit, probably a reference to Jesus and the Holy Spirit, the giving of the Holy Spirit. Then the upper portion, what you're looking here are the barrel arches, just as we've seen in Pergamum, just as we've seen elsewhere. In order to flatten the area, to build up on top of it, you have to create a level platform. And the land tapers off in this direction in which we're standing, thus the barrel arches. And then the top up there is the Agora. We'll be going up onto the Agora. The Agora is surrounded by a colonnade, as is common for many agoras. And then there would be shops on the inside where people would sell goods and commodities of various sorts. Now we're going to enter into the lower portion here, which is nice because it's a little cooler, getting out of the sun into a cooler area. And there are a couple of graffitis that are outside of the fenced-in areas, so we'll point those out. A portion of a ship is visible, but most of the graffiti is, like I say, under lock and key. They are rather protective. Archaeologists tend to be very protective of their baby. So I was actually in here before anybody else was allowed to get in here, and I was able to photograph the whole thing. You can head on in, just kind of catch up with the caboose here. But so I've got photographs of much of the graffiti. But even today, even though the graffiti has been translated, has been published even, they don't always allow us to take photographs, even if we were able to get into the locked area. That always bugs me. You know, it's like, okay, you've already published it. Nobody's going to steal the show from you. But so if you look at the Levent over here, Levent is showing you some of the graffiti that is visible outside of the gated area. And then maybe you can take over here and share.